credits, drugs, slaves, and upgrades. All this and more at 11. At the start of the year I did a credit guide, and as it usually is with Elite, the thing was outdated, well, in a smaller way, a few months later upon Fleet Carrier release. Well, fear not, today I have come to rectify the information and update the list with a twist in case you missed. And without further ado, let's begin with the beginners and how they can expect to make money. First, and possibly my favorite cheeky way to make credits, is sitting in resource extraction zone and looking for cops to kill criminals. Once the alleged puppy killer is near death, you just shoot him a few times and collect the bounty while practically doing nothing. Right, so this is the first addendum I got to make right away before even releasing the video, right? So basically, developers have come out saying that they will be rebalancing a couple of things and it's gonna be an ongoing process, blah 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 blah. Basically, combat pay, and that is bounty hunting in more specific, probably will be changing in just a bit, but for the better, so expect more profits. Anyways, this nets you a good starting cash to get a bigger, better ship, so that you can start doing passenger missions. Yes, with some select missions, a few million will roll in with a simple setup. This is more or less a stopgap, so it can be skipped, but in case you just need some scratch, do not discount the whiny babies in the economy seats. However, when I used to do those speed runs, I shit you not, I got an Anaconda in like an hour or 16 minutes, the tactic I used for my shenanigans was to first go and scan a profitable star or planet, thanks to Road to Riches. Seriously, these days you don't really need any tools or money to earn a couple of million or even a couple of tens of millions an hour through exploration. Now, I refer you to my guide for Road to Riches I did a while back, and it's just as great as it was back then. Through these scans, I could easily pick up a mining-ready adder, or better yet, with a little bit of time, Asp Explorer. Regardless of that, Road to Riches are far better than bounty hunting at an early and even later stages. Anyhow, once I got some credits for a new ship thanks to Road to Riches, mind you, I only needed to find one profitable planet to make this work. Anyhow, I purchased an adder and some seismic charges, pulse wave scanner, prospector limpets, refinery, and detailed surface scanner. I'll link the mining adder build down below. But if you got spare cash, just upgrade whatever you want. And then just head out to explode a rock. In case mining is confusing, I did also the ultimate guide for mining as well, so do check it out if you need some clarification on where, how, and what. Now, depending where you are, give or take, you will need to find either a Lotem Diamond or a Painite Motherlode Rock. Each rock, once you explode them, nets enough chunks and rocks to net you an Asp Explorer with some upgrades. I'm serious, just one Motherlode Rock will do all that for you, and all you need is just an adder. Though, while finding an explodable rock, yeah, now that may take some time. However, as long as you do it in a relatively decent fashion, it's worth it. For me, it usually takes, well, 10, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to do so. However, if mining is not your thing, well, just continue doing the exploration and use the money to upgrade your exploration ship. That's good too. And hey, let's say you're now bored of exploration as well. Well, in that case, I assume you have Asp Explorer or something bigger than that. And for money, it's time to go do passenger missions. Now, my old video on Robigo passenger missions is still valid. While the hourly income is indeed gone down a bit, eventually, it's something like a Python, which is the best case for Robigo, clearly. I pretty much can guarantee 50, if not 60, and maybe if you're lucky, 70 million an hour. With an Asp Explorer, they'll expect it about 50% of that. But I mean, still 30 million an hour is not a bad thing, and within 2 hours you get a Python. Or better yet, Type 9, and then the real fun can begin. Once you got enough credits for Type 9 and some upgrades, it's high time to go and do the best moneymaker in Elite. Well, at least currently. And that's mining. Again, yes. And here comes the addendum number 2. So low-temp diamond mining, as well as the painite mining with lasers, is basically nuked. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can still make quite a lot of money, but not just as much as before. So the guide still works, just don't expect the profits as it's shown. The method still is valid. Instead, right now, I would switch to void opal deep core rock mining. But for now, at least, these are all the changes. Moving on. If you need a refresher on how to do the classical laser mining, I did make the ultimate mining guide for this. Or better yet, the painite mining guide, which is exactly what we're gonna be doing today. In fact, you can technically skip all the passenger missions and entirely go mining in an Asp Explorer or Python. They are pretty decent for it too. Anyways, find yourself a double painite hotspot, get a ship with all the bells and whistles. The painite guide basically explains this all in detail. After that, just jettison your pants out the airlock and prepare for a grueling mining spree for 4 hours as you fill your cargo bay. Ugh. But as I said, if you want to keep being up to date, well, do subscribe and all that wonderful stuff. And sure, yeah, I know there are other ways to make profit and whatnot else, and I clearly did that already. Well, you clearly didn't come here for an average Joe advice, did you? And the funny thing is, if you actually do a speed run, well, these days it's slower, at least the way I laid it out today, within about 8 hours you should get a $500 million, and after that basically everything else is 100 extra million every hour or more. Overall, not a bad thing, however, obviously it's done through mining. And I get it, everyone has their own kinks and all that stuff, not kink shaming yet, but boy oh boy do I miss combat. Regardless, hopefully this helps you out in a smaller or larger way, and hey, if you want to show your appreciation, how about checking out my Patreon page or perhaps becoming a YouTube member? All that helps. But as for now, grind, you beautiful bastards, grind! And take all that you can.